Hi, and you are?
I'm Glenn Johnson.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi.
This is for you, present.
Thank you.
Now come over here so you don't fall back, because we could go start playing footsie or something, and then you'd go off.
I'm scared.
You're scared, okay. Is that all right for you?
Yes, it's exciting.
Oh, good. That's what Fritz used to say. When you're scared, breathe a little and it'll turn to excitement.
I never had a chance to meet him, but I would have liked it. What you've given me here has scared me because I'm seeing all kinds of things, but one of the things that's happening now back home, I live in one of those communities that's isolated, a lot of very protected and protective people that are lashing out at anybody that uses a word like humanism. And the tendency is to get on their bandwagon. And I found myself, as I was saying, how do I respond to them without getting into the one-upsmanship and the up-down and all of that? Things I know I shouldn't do. The temptation is so heavy to start answering their arguments and trying to do them just one better and that kind of thing. And that's where the scary is.
Let me take this opportunity to do something. All right, Glenn? And remember that anything we concoct is only a possibility. However, I have reason to believe that what I'm going to share with you has a lot. Many people know this, I think, has a lot to offer. Anybody on the outside of me, let's put it like that, is someone with whom I can, that I can respond to. They are never the definers of me. Now, they can only be the definers of me if I have handed over my charge of myself to them. And you do it in many ways. How can I think different from somebody? They will be mad if I don't. They will be hurt if I don't. Blah, blah, blah. You know, right? Can you fill in the blah, blahs? Okay. All right. Now then, there are people around, and there are people who do what you said. They've got certain trigger words, and those have certain images and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of it going on because people are scared, and they think they're going to get security in new words. New words. All right. Now here's your friend. By the way, would you do something, just role play with me, one of your friends, and I'm going to be somebody who is very clear about the fact that that whatever's outside of me I respond to, and it's never a definition of me. So tell me. Let's have a little role play.
You threw me with the use of the word friend.
Well, if they're not friends, I don't much care about them, do you?
The problem is I've not met them.
Oh, you haven't met them. Okay, so this is a fantasy.
No, it's happening in the community through letters to the editor and through all kinds of actions that they have taken on behalf and against other people. I know they're there. I've not personally encountered them yet.
All right, okay. So at this moment, I hear what you're saying. You haven't encountered them yet.
Right.
Do you expect to?
Yes.
All right, okay. So let us then, see, you were talking about a context which is what I now call the Hitler context. That there's a group of people who decide who shall live and who shall die. That's Hitler. So I don't waste any time. I just simply say, oh, well, you have something with Hitler. But isn't that something for people who decide who shall live and who shall die? All right, so I'm just to make the observation, and they can do with it what they want. All right. Now, there are many ways to do that, because I could get killed that way. I could really get killed that way. Because remember when I was talking about one of the first things I learned was the difference between the verbal and the nonverbal. Okay? And that I can carry a tone in my voice that you'll want to kill me. I can carry a tone in my voice that you'll pity me. Carry a tone in my voice in which you think I'm boring as all get out. Carry another tone in which I disrupt your central cortex. I can do another one in which you will feel connected with me, and I can talk about the same content. And one of the things that gets very hard is that when we encounter people who are so rabid on things, but let's just try something. All right, so you give me a make-believe of somebody you expect to meet in your community, and then give him a name. You're going to be that person.
Okay, I'll be Don.
You're going to be Don, all right? So, and let's have a little context where I, Glenn, and you, Don, are meeting. What's the context? Got it?
Okay. You are active in one of the organizations in town that is working a lot to help people. We don't need to identify specifically.
No, but you need, all right, but just tell me one little thing you're trying to do, because that will help me in how I'm going to play this.
Okay. Help people find new ways to run their lives.
Okay,
For
all right,
instance,
okay.
Working with battered women.
All right, okay. So you want to help the battered women, all right?
Okay. I'll call you...
You're going to call me Glenn. You're calling me Glenn, because I'm going to be you now. So you can see me as being you. You're done. You're done.
We've been hearing a lot about the kinds of things you've been doing down there at the center, and I just need to let you know we don't like it.
Oh, what have you heard about?
That you're down there trying to tell these women that they ought to leave their husbands and that they ought to be as good as their husbands and that you're wrecking marriages, you're doing all kinds of things.
Where did you get all this? Have you been down there? Has your wife been there by any chance?
No. But
Where did you get it?
We know one of the women that goes to our church that has a friend that went down there, and she talked to the counselors that are down there, and she's not with her husband anymore. They told her that she needed to get out.
Was that the one where the husband beat her up and cut off one leg?
No.
Not that one. That was another one like that. He just beat her up and she didn't lose either leg. Was that the one?
Well, he was just being a husband. That beat her up was her story. You know, that wasn't really what happened. That was just her side of it. And they never did talk to him to find out what his version of it was.
You know, I see that you've got a recommendation here. And the recommendation is that you want fairness all the way, is what I hear you say. You know what would be good? I don't know if you can do it, but what would really be good, could you find that man and maybe we would have a chance to talk to him? Because you know, fairness all the way is what you're talking about, isn't it?
I sure think there ought to be fairness all the way, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm just Now, I want to just point out something. I know that I'm at risk with something like this. That here is somebody who is a self-styled righteous person. This is Glenn, not, I mean, Don, not Glenn. All right, now, when I connect with that, this is one way. I wouldn't always do it this way. Maybe do it some other way. What I'm doing is recognizing what he's telling me and finding some kind of way to put it into a context where he is going to be able to see something and also not feel isolated from me. Now, I just want to do this again, and I want to do it another way. So would you start out and tell me what you've been hearing?